What is happening, guys? It's Nico here. Slucky, as most of you know me. You can see I'm actually laying on my bed. A good start off pet as a reptile will be like brown house snakes, ball pythons. So I'm doing a video in my house, not in the park today. Literally just had a shower, and I thought I would talk to you guys about some of my favorite snakes and my kids' favorite snakes and stuff that we have that is theirs and that's really awesome as beginner pets. You know, when you own reptiles and they're beginner reptiles and you want to show your kids about different reptiles and interacting with different reptiles. So for me, a good start off pet as a reptile will be like brown house snakes, ball pythons, some gecko species like leopard geckos and so on. So without further ado, let me show you guys 3 of the snakes that I use for birthday parties. My kids play with them a lot. We interact with them a lot. We do educational talks with them, and it's nice snakes to use to show people actually that, you know, that these animals are truly amazing and there's nothing to fear. You know, knowledge is key when it comes to these beautiful animals. And you know, the generation, our kids today, is the next generation to carry the passion forward. So as I explained earlier, education is the key, and starting your young ones early, learning about these wonderful creatures is an awesome way to start, because education is the key. And we've got a few snakes here with us today to show you guys what's really awesome pets for beginners and for kids to start off with. So first off, this is my son Zachary.
Hi.
This is my daughter Kessia.
Hi.
And they're also big reptile fanatics, the same as their father. And Zachary is holding a ball python. Kessia is holding a brown house snake. Show them the brown house snake there, my baby. Show them the brown house snake. So a beautiful brown house snake. And I'm holding another ball python here. So these are good snakes to start off. Corn snakes as well, if you want to put out there. So these are good beginner snakes when it comes to working and educating children. As you can see, they come in nice variety of colors. They're really pretty. Your ball pythons don't get big and bulky. They're called children's python. That's another nickname for them. They're really awesome to work with. Fun personality. They're not cheeky snakes. Then we got brown house snakes. This is about adult size. They don't get much bigger than this. This is just a T- albino, but we're not going to go into all different genetics and all those things today. So also amazing animal to have and a beginner to start off with. And if you've got corn snakes, I mean, I'm South Africa, we got exotic corn snakes, but we don't keep them as pets. We got some in the park. And then here's one of our other ball pythons. You can just see the amazing colors these guys have. So I'm not going to go into the different morphs and genetic strains, and I'm just going to keep the video simple today. Kiddie friendly video to show you guys that I'm swapping the snakes around. You can see my daughter's holding the ball python, my son's holding the brown house snake, and they give daddy the smallest. But I want to show you guys, it is really important to interact with your kids and the public in general, you know, to show them what a big impact these snakes leave in our daily lives. I mean, without snakes, we'll have rats overrunning the world and all those things. So the only dangerous snake is the one you're trying to kill. I always say there's a solution before killing a snake. And that's why I also believe education is the key when it comes to conservation. Because when you teach people about these amazing animals, they start respecting them, and they start developing a love that wasn't there before. And when you interact, there's a difference between telling kids and showing them an animal and putting a snake in their hand and letting them raise the animal and teaching them the responsibilities of feeding watering, changing the tubs, the enclosures, the paper, the substrate. So they learn something very valuable, and that's what it's all about. So I say, if you are into getting your kid a beginner snake or a beginner gecko, start off with something simple. Don't go high end, or just get them a normal ball python or a brown house snake or a corn snake. Those are really awesome beginner snakes to start off with. They don't cost much. They're very easy to look after. And also, guys, when it comes to housing your snakes, please make sure you got the proper enclosures. I'm not saying, when you purchase a little ball python or a gecko or a bearded dragon for your children, now you're just going to put it in a small enclosure. Remember, you have to give it regular water changes. You have to, the cat, you have to give it regular water changes. What are you all doing on the bed? I got the dog there, I got the cat there, I got my wife behind the camera, I got the kids here. It's just an awesome Thursday evening. I love it. So when it comes to working with these snakes, like I was saying, make sure your enclosure is big enough for the animal. Don't go put this little guy in a little ice cream container. Make sure the water dish is big enough for the snake. Make sure it's got a warm spot, a basking spot, a site where you can relax without heat. Make sure the substrate is perfect, the temperature is perfect, so you don't, and the humidity and all those things you have to take in consideration. If you're willing to purchase the animal, give them the same care that you will give a cat or a dog. The same. If they do get sick and you see that their health is going down or something is not right, take them to the vet, like any responsible parent or person will do. A snake doesn't mean it's a snake and you can just let it be and die off. I mean, there's so much misunderstanding when it comes to these beautiful creatures. So if you want to own a snake or a gecko or whatever reptile you want to start off, make sure you give it the same proper treatment you would give any other animal that you would house at your home. So if you got a cat and a dog and you give it the best toys, the best kennels, and you treat it like family, treat your reptiles exactly the same way. So I promise you, without these guys, the world will not be a better place. I don't know. I mean, I grew up from a small kid, exactly my son's age, working with animals. I worked with a variety of different animals right through the year, and different mammals, but my passion has always been with these slithery guys. Since I was small, since I could remember taking my first snake, catching a brown water snake, and surprising my mom at the front door and shoving the snake in her face and be like, "Mommy, look here," She nearly had a heart attack, but that's how it all started for me. And ever since then, my passion just grew and grew and grew. So I want to get out there and I want to show you guys that these animals are truly amazing to have. And if you ever decide to get one for yourself or your kid, make sure that you treat them the right way. You got the right food for them, the right heating, the right enclosures, and all those necessities that they need. And if they do get sick, please do take them to the vet. And my two beautiful kids, I just want to thank you guys so much. This is me, Slucky, and my family, and we are out. Thank you, guys.